Hello and welcome back to Umineko episode 2. Last episode, I ended up giving my thoughts for so long that I didn't even have time to actually start reading the new content. So that is what we are here to do starting now. Finally getting in for the first time recording to brand new stuff. So let's just get straight into it. We're going to get going. We crossed the hall again on our way to the entrance. As we did, oh, there it is, we once again spotted that witch's portrait. There she is. However, spotted is probably not the best word to describe that experience. It was more like our eyes were inexorably drawn to it. That woman's eyes, with their sage-like glamour, definitely had the power to make those who viewed it stand rooted to the spot. I still think she's like watching through these portraits somehow or something. They're so creepy. I'm waiting for like the eyes to like pull out Scooby-Doo style and for someone's real eyes to look in through her eyes. Majo Beatrice. Battler might believe in it. You don't want Maria to believe in it. She's gonna get scared. Or she's gonna be upset that Battler might not. Back when he had asked what this picture was, the first person to tell him had been Maria. Therefore, when Battler showed signs of doubt, Maria must have felt that Battler didn't have faith in her. Of course, that wasn't what Battler meant. Maria ran up to the portrait and began banging on a plate hanging below it. Maybe the title of the portrait was written there. Maria, trying to prove that she wasn't lying, obstinately continued to hit the plate. I mean, we as readers know that Beatrice is real, as far as like, I mean, I'm sure that's what this is all going to be about. She's going to be like a main character, but when he patted Maria's head and apologized, she seemed to accept it, sticking out her chest and proudly oohing. No, that's a verb. When you ooh, you oohing. Oh my. The music changed too. Where's my text? Oh. My beloved. That sounds like Kinzo's title. Sweetfish River. Was it the big sign to the left of it in the background? The plate did have the title of the portrait written on it, but it was much too big to contain only that. Beneath the title was what appeared to be a long epitaph. If you just skimmed over it, several unnerving words would jump out at you. Yeah, creepy too. The gold? What? Does Kinzo have the whole family fortune in solid gold? What? Oh, come on. Is there hidden treasure? His hidden gold. Ooh, what's the riddle? Give me the riddle. If they give us a riddle, I'm writing this bitch down. I got my notepad ready. 10 metric tons of gold bars. 10 metric tons. After this episode, I'm going to look up how much that's worth in the 80s. Or 90s. Wouldn't I forget whether we're in the 80s or 90s. 10 metric tons of gold. I want to know how much money that is. Whoops, what'd I do? Okay, there we go. Everything's good, right? Yeah, okay. Almost thought I messed up the recording.
私はちょいと眉唾だけどな。
Do you believe
しかしよ
in Grandpa's
こんな
hidden
日本語
gold
読んじまうとマジかなって気
found
になっちまうな
only by a riddle? That's, that'd be something. I think I already explained Grandfather's upbringing, but let me also mention the Ushiromiya family's legend of the gold, okay? Grandfather succeeded the Ushiromiya family after it was destroyed in the Great Kanto earthquake, and by successfully riding the stormy seas after the war, he managed to accumulate great wealth. We do know this. That much of the story everyone knows. However, this is where the strange part begins. Part of it involves Grandfather's black magic obsession, so its credibility is extremely low, but, well, wait until the end before you doubt or make fun of it. Sure. After the war, Grandfather correctly predicted what the future would hold and won in a huge gamble, accumulating a vast store of wealth. Questionable whether he predicted it or had some help, maybe from a witch, possibly. Maybe. But there's a mysterious legend about how he gained his initial funding. Grandfather came from a branch family and had no connections in the business world or the financial world. That's right, the earthquake put him in there. Even though he later built connections with the occupying forces, he supposedly started as a nameless person who hadn't yet gained anyone's trust. He somehow miraculously built up the fortune the way he did. It's all very convenient in a fishy way. It takes trust to gather money. There's no way anyone would lend money to someone they didn't trust. How did Grandfather, who had no reputation at all, manage to obtain his first vast chunk of funds? When asked that question, Grandfather supposedly answered like this. On a certain day, I encountered the golden witch, Beatrice. Okay, so hold on. So he's including Beatrice in his old stories. Like, it's not that no one knows who she is. They know who she is from She's not just the witch of the island who finds you if you wander off too far. How did he obtain his first vast chunk of funds? He met the witch. Grandfather then went on and on about his continuing research into alchemy and techniques for summoning demons in order to become a great magician. And the entity summoned as a result of the demon calling ceremony was the golden witch Beatrice. Is she a demon? He then apparently made a contract by which he would receive fortune and honor in exchange for his own soul. Okay, so this is actually going right back to things I was, predicting and wondering about. Is when did Kinzo meet Beatrice for the first time? And what kind of deal did he make? Fortune and honor for his soul. Does a demon having your soul affect your family line? Down the tree? Are the children and grandchildren affected because Beatrice owns Kinzo's soul, and therefore everyone he might possibly sire and have along the way? The witch then granted Grandfather 10 tons of gold. Grandfather used this gold as collateral to prepare a vast quantity of funds, which he then used to multiply his wealth many times over and revive the Ushiromiya family. So, he asked for the initial wealth, but also, what exactly did he say? He asked for, oops, went too far. Fortune and honor. So, was anything his doing, or was every bit of his success the result of Beatrice affecting his life? It seems this story's so old that even our parents were told it when they were still children. So back when our parents were young, they explored this island in all sorts of ways, believing that the gold Grandfather had received from the witch might be hidden somewhere. However, since there was the danger of them getting lost in the abandoned forest, grandmother began to spread the story that the witch lived in the forest and approaching it was forbidden. Okay. Is there any truth to that, though? Is there any truth to Beatrice being in the forest? Or that Beatrice owns the island aside from the Ushiromiya estate? Or was that all just grandma's stories? So Beatrice is there from the very beginning, like immediately after the earthquake. Kinzo used her to obtain funds, fortune, glory.
俺たちも小さい頃、親からその話を聞かされて、宝探しと称して。
I didn't realize there'd be a treasure hunting aspect to this visual novel. I'd like to know the riddle. Please tell me the riddle.
親にめちゃくちゃ怒られたんじゃなかったっけ?
Yeah, they already said that's
懐かしいぜ。
dangerous. Don't go in the forest when you're a kid,
バカだ
please.
ったよな。だってよ、じいさまはその資本金で儲けた挙句でこの島を買うんだぜ。
So grandfather's even openly admitting, Kinzo's openly admitting that his successes in life were not his doing. Like he's just outright saying, "No, I made a deal with Beatrice, got a bunch of money, and she made me richer."
この島に来る前から黄金を持ってたってことになるじゃねえか。この島にあるわけがないぜ。
Well,
そうとも限らないよ。その黄金が元からこの島に隠されていて、それを確実に自分のものにするためにこ
interesting.
の島を丸々買い取ったとかね。何しろ10トンもあるんだもん。安全な場所に移すより隠し場所そのものを確保する方が現実的だよ。
この碑文を書かせたのは2年前。それもじいさま自身ってなると、なるほど。黄金伝説も信憑性が増してくる
Legend
じ
of
ゃ
the
ないか。
Witch, Legend of the Gold.
じいさま
Got
が
multiple
後
legends.
宮家復興の資本金にしたという魔女に授けられた黄金が10トン。そいつがどこかに今も眠っていて、じいさまはこの謎を解けたやつに全部を譲ろうって、そういうつもりなのかもしれね
Oh, give me the riddle.
え。じいさまらしいセンスというか。マジならなんとも景気のいい話だぜ。
The epitaph carved into the plate was very mysterious, with something like a poem or song written on it. That text was incredibly disturbing, filled with the signs of grandfather's black magic hobby, and its contents were truly in bad taste. But it could definitely be viewed as a puzzle which, if solved, might lead to the hidden gold. Oh, that's fun. I want to hear it, but we might not get it right
お
now.
じいさまの胸中は想像もつかないけどね。一つ言えるのは、このうさんくさい碑文をおじいさまは一族全員に告示するかのようにここに掲示したこと。
It'd be really neat if they started off this mystery story with a big clue like that, and you just had it sitting in your back of your mind, waiting for something to click and for you to figure it out.
そして黄金の存在はほのめかしながらも、未だにその隠し場所について一切触れないこと。そこから親たちが想像を膨らませて、おじいさまの知恵比べに違いないって言い出した。
欲の皮が突っ張ってるうちの親父あたりだろうぜ。こんな弱いことを真に受けてるなんてよ。
Just read that again. The facts were embellished by the imagination of her parents who were convinced grandfather was challenging. So, do the parents still believe in it? And if they do, are they still somehow vying for this hidden gold? Oops.
じいさまの黒魔術趣味はバカにしてるくせに、この隠し黄金の話だけは信じてやがる。
That's true.
調子の
I
いい
mean, I guess
話さ。
gold is definitely easier to believe than black magic, but both far-fetched in different ways.
確かに現実的な話じゃないよね。当時無名で何のコネクションもなかったおじいさまに無償で莫大な金塊を融資する人物なんているわ
Well,
けがない。
that's what he's saying. It's
それがいたからこそ おじい様はそのスポンサーを魔女と呼んだというなら考えられない話じゃないけど。
I think you're not taking his witch label literally when you should be.
でもよ、10トンだぜ、10トン。
It is 10
現
tons.
金に直したらいくらくらいになるんだ？
That's something.
っていうか、とんでも
If
な
they
い量
don't
になる
outright
はずだ
say
ぜ。
it, something I'm gonna look up. For sure.
とんでもない量だよ。人類が有史以来発掘した黄金はせいぜい10万トンって言われてる。
Total amount of gold mined by humankind since the dawn of history is 100,000 tons at most. Huh.
人類の歴史が手にした黄金の1万分の
So
1を個人が手
1/10,
にし
yeah,
て
I
る
was
って
about to
い
say
うの
that.
は
1/10,000 of all the gold ever obtained.
それが一箇所にあり、しかもそれをおじい様にポンと
I
貸
don't
し
think
出
this
せるよう
gold
な
was
魔女。
necessarily mined. I think the demon
ただもの
brought
じゃ
it
ない
with her.
ね。
私はよ、その10トンって数字ももはや第一よ。じいさま以外に見たやつはいないんだろ？
I mean, true, but he did have the wealth. Where did the wealth come from then?
貸したとしても、それは10は10でも10キロぐらいの間違いじゃねえか。10キロでも相当いい金額になるはずだぜ。
おお、10キロの黄金っていくら？
Maria, who wasn't following the story and felt like she was being spoken to in riddles, finally found a place where she could ask us a question. It was a question I also wanted answered right then. Whether it was 10 kilograms or 10 tons, it still felt like a huge amount, but I had no idea exactly how huge. George Anarchy folded his arms and tried to remember the market price of gold.
さあ、
Ooh, here we go.
金も相場の影響を受けるから何とも言えないし、純度や鋳造先の信用によっても
I would assume this gold was probably quite pure if it's magically conjured.
換金に手数料もかかるし、ただ
Okay.
希少金属であることは間違いなくて、このまま採掘が進めば人類はあと半世紀ほどで全てを掘り尽くしてしまうんじゃないかって憶測もある。
Is that still estimated, or is that like been debunked or something? Interesting. Are we still about to run out of gold? I mean, half a century,
200万円程度の価値はあるんじゃないかと
already,
思うね。
you know, more than half of that time has elapsed since whatever time place this takes place in up till now. 2 million yen per kilo. Okay. So if we're saying 20,000 US dollars per kilo, well, hold on. That's not taking into account what the exchange rate of yen to dollar was, you know, 30, 40 years ago. Didn't think about that. So I can't really convert it in my head like that without looking up exchange rates in different times.
キュー、私よ、10キロってのは今適当に言った控えめな数字なん。それでも2000万円の価値があるってことになるじゃねえかよ。
Yeah, 20 million yen. If the exchange rate were the same as it is today, $200,000. But I doubt it is, because $200,000 is not that much money to... It's not a fortune, you know.
マリア、体重
A few
28
years
キロ。
worth of pay. Thank you,
という
Maria.
ことはマリアちゃんと同じ重さ
Oh
の
my
黄金
god.
ならその価値は5000万円を超えるって計算になるね。
Jeez. Yeah, golden Maria statue.
そりゃたまげるな。10トンならいくらだ？
Yeah.
10キロで2000万が1000倍だから、
Whoa, 20 billion yen.
200億円
Yeah.
か。こりゃたまらねえや。
So 20 billion yen. Let me write that down. I'll look it up later. The exchange rate of then. I'm just curious how many. Oh, what that was worth in dollars to the people of this time. How much is 20 billion yen actually worth? We can only measure it relative to our own pocketbooks. Anyway, let's say that a person's wages over a lifetime are about 200 million yen. You grow up and work like crazy, sacrificing your life for your company, and you're finally freed as you approach old age. Everything, including retirement money, might add up to about 200 million yen. In other words, that's the amount of money that'll be made throughout a human's life. Are we talking about like the average person or an Ushiromiya family member? I assume an average person. No, you could even call it the value of a life. So 100 times that sum is an unbelievable amount of money. If you work from age 20 to 60, that's 40 years of work. So it's equal to 4,000 years of work wages. Ooh. If you worked every day starting from the Jomon period, you'd only reach that number about now.
ほう、200億円ってすごい？
Maria's just interjecting with like such innocent little questions and comments. It's so cute.
ああ、すげえよ。
She doesn't really know what's being talked about. She's just like trying to participate.
一生かかっても食い切れないくらい買えるぜ。
Oh my god. That's a lot of shortcake.
でも200億円という現金ならいざ知れず、それと同等の金塊が一ところにあるなんてとても
Well,
現実的とは思えないね。
if there's magic involved here,
さっきも言った通り、黄金は非常に重くて、財産をまとめておくにはちょっと便利とは思えないよ。ものすごい額面の有価証券とか、ものすごく価値のある宝石とか、そういうものなら考えられなくもないけれど、
yeah,
戦時中の混乱期に自分の資産を持ち
gold is a
運べる
bit
よう、全
inconvenient
て宝
as
石
far
な
as
どに
like
変えた
weight
人たちがいたのは有名な話だからね。
to stack your entire fortune into.
でも黄金で資産を備蓄したというのはなかなか聞かない。
確かに重いけどよ、国際的に一番信用されてて価値も安定してるし、意味はあるんじゃないのかな。
Is it still?
国が滅びちまったら紙切
Is
れに
gold
なっちまうわけだし。
still the most trusted and stable form of wealth? Don't know about that. Back here, possibly.
そういう考え方もあるね。
Like in times of an emergency, people still always consider gold valuable.
でも 10kg のインゴット一つでも体感重量は相当のものだよ。
Yeah.
聞いたことない？ 50kg の人間は背負えても 50kg の俵は担げないって。それだけの莫大な重量の金塊を個人が所有するリスクと手間は計り知れないね。
ってことはつまり200億円の札束がうなってるって話ならともかく、200億円分の黄金が山積みになってるってのはちょいと現実味がないわけだな。
Definitely be less convenient.
そういうことになるね。黄金伝説なんて響きはとても面白いんだけど、そもそも10トンの黄金という時点で少々。
そうやってリズムで考えるとみるみる嘘くさくなっていくぜ。夢のない話さ。
でもそこは何しろあの親切なお金持ちからの融資を大げさに吹聴して魔女から授かった10トンの黄金なん
No,
て例え方をしたのか
I
もしれない
think we
よ。
need to be taking this literally, to be honest.
10トンという数字も象徴的な感じがするしね。
つまり借りた金のありがたさは10トンの黄金に匹敵する価値があったってなことだな。
His gratitude for the money borrowed is 10.
じいさまに大金持ちの勇敢マダムが気前よく恵んでくれて、そのご婦人を魔女と呼んだ
I don't think
って
so.
ことじゃねえのか。
I think we are dealing with Beatrice, the literal witch. I see. Jessica's example isn't bad. Someone who generously lent a huge sum of money to grandfather when he still had no reputation might as well be called a witch. Furthermore, grandfather actually did use that money to build a vast amount of wealth later on. The fact that this person was so great at judging people might also justify calling her a witch. Also, since she went through the trouble of lending all that money, she might have enthusiastically overseen how it was spent. The decision to unexpectedly get involved with the occupying forces and profit from the Korean War demands might have been inspired by the witch herself. That might explain why he claimed to have received both wealth and honor from her.
なるほどな。ってことはつまり、この魔女様は後宮家復興のための資金を恵んでくださった。
Yeah, owed her with a soul. Yeah.
じい様が感謝の気持ちを込めてこんだけでかい絵を描かせて掲げさせたってのも。
No, I don't think he's making the paintings just because he's thankful. Don't think that's what's going on here. He is obsessed.
それをじい様が美化してこんな美人に描いてくれたってのは考えられる話さ。案外当の本人に会ってみたらこんなに美人じゃないかもしれねえな。
Well.
ありえるね。ベアトリーチェって名前はいかにも洋風だけど、僕たち一族の名前が
That is a thing to know. Everyone does.
このベアトリーチェって名前も日本人名を無理やり洋風にアレンジしたものなのかもしれないよ。
Rearrange. No.
なるほど、なるほど。この美人は絵の中にしかいないってわけだな。
I feel like this entire conversation is just these three trying to rationalize something that they really don't understand.
それじゃあの立派そうな胸は揉めそうにないぜ。
Not that I understand it. Oh my god. Battler, is there ever a moment where you just
鼻から魔女なんておかしいんだよな。そんなのが地球上のどこにいるってんだ。
I laughed and made fun of the witch, trying to distinguish myself from the kid I was 6 years ago, who feared the witch of the forest, when Maria tugged on my sleeve. You should probably let's go to the beach. Come on, jeez. I could tell by how hard she pulled that she was a bit upset. Yeah. She takes the witch thing seriously. She believes. I never noticed she had like a little fang here. It's funny. Yeah. She is sure. Maria stared up at me. Is there something... I mean, Maria's obsessed with the black magic and occult stuff too. Not obsessed, not like Kinzo obsessed, but, you know, enjoys the black magic and occult stuff too. So, you know, witches are right down that alley. Maria stared up at me. She had on her usual sour look, but I could tell she was angry by the color of her eyes. The color of her eyes? Do her eyes change color when she's angry? Or is she getting like red around the eyes because she's upset? Probably. You've really upset her now. Ooh. Battler. Give her Santa Claus moment. You're just gonna make this worse. I started getting impatient, not knowing why Maria was jumping on me like this. Then Jessica tapped me on the shoulder and whispered. Yeah. Like I said, give her Santa Claus moment. She likes the occult, black magic. Let her have her witches.
確かマリアちゃんは学校の文集に将来なりたいものは魔女って書いてある。
Oh my god, did she? It's kind of freaky. Maria nodded seriously. Tears started running from the corners of her eyes. I see. To a girl who wants to become a witch in the future, the existence of Beatrice was proof that witches do exist in this world, and was therefore an image that she yearned after and admired. Battler, it's time to apologize. You really upset her. Yeah, don't listen to that stupid Battler. George Aniki kneeled down and hugged Maria's head. Watching this, Jessica poked my side. So that's what it is. It's like shouting that Santa Claus doesn't... Exactly. It's like shouting that Santa Claus doesn't exist in front of a child who believes in him on Christmas Eve. Yeah, Battler, you're being a jerk. I'm not the kind of guy who likes to shatter kids' dreams. And yet, here you are. Don't just say you believe in them now. That's... Oh, and now you're just like, yeah, she does. I think she's already in the mansion. I don't think she's just chilling in the forest every day. When did grandmother die? Does Maria really remember grandmother much? I don't remember if they said exactly how many years ago it happened. So I don't know if Maria remembers her much. Oh. I stuck out my hand. Maria grabbed it with her Maria grabbed it with her tiny hand, and we made up. Maria didn't grumble any more than that, and so George, Aniki, and Jessica were relieved. Oh, man. Oh, Shannon, hello. Yeah, we're just extremely slowly making our way out of the mansion, like a foot per hour. We were making our way to the beach. Haven't gotten there yet. Shannon carrying a basket was surprised to find us all gathered in front of the portrait. Oh, was she bringing food? Oh. Shannon should come along. Got a little distracted. Grandfather's first love. And it sounds like he's still in love with her. Yeah. I think Grandma took a back seat to Beatrice. Well, was he raving about her during grandmother's lifetime? Or is that more of a new thing for him to go on his rants? Oh, okay. Well, then there you go. Although I doubt they're in a romantic relationship. Good smell. Maria, sniffing, approached the basket Shannon-chan was holding with interest. It's food, it's gotta be. After hearing that, I noticed a fragrant scent with a touch of vanilla. Beach picnic time. Beach cookie time. But would it be appropriate to serve cookies in a place like this in front of the portrait? Shannon-chan sent us a glance that seemed to ask what we wanted to do about it. Well, yeah, guess eating here would be bad manners, generally speaking. There you go. Exactly what I was saying. Down to the beach. Not right in front of the witch.
も
Don't
とも
wanna
と
offend the
私たち
witch.
は浜辺に行こうって言ってたんじゃねえか。行こうぜ行こうぜ。
There you go. Back to the original destination.
申し訳ないんだけど、腰を下ろせる敷物と水筒にお茶を入れてきてもらうのをお願いしてもいい？
はい、かしこまりました。
Shannon-chan received her instructions and gracefully bowed before retracing her steps. We headed for the beach on our own. Everyone headed for the entrance in a group. Feeling as though that witch was staring down at our backs, I turned around once more.
おお、アトラ、まだ信じてない？
いや、信じるぜ。その方が夢があるしな。黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェがじいさまに10トンの黄金を授けた。
So is that where the golden part comes from? Golden witch? Because she's the one who granted him the gold? Or is it golden because her hair and stuff?
しかもそいつをじいさまは怪しげな碑文に書き残し。
It's not going to tell me the riddle right now, is it? If it ever will. Doesn't seem like we're getting to that.
こういうロマンはあった方がいいってもんさ。
200億円の黄金。私たち4人で山分けしたってとんでもない金額になるな。
Yeah.
一人頭50億円か。すごいね。
That is...
それだけあったらどんな事業でも起こせそうだよ。いや、そもそも働かずに生涯を優雅に過ごせるだろうね。
There you go. Better go find it. Split it between the 4 cousins.
50億円よりクッキークッキー。
Maria's got her priorities straight.
マリアには金よりクッキーだな。
My
しかし
God.
50億円か。夢のある話さ。
Look at all the cookies you could buy with 5 billion yen, though, Maria. Come on now. It's all about the bigger picture. Oh.
バカバカしい。
Oh my. We are, back with the parents. I guess, it's been almost 40 minutes. We will just end it here. I'm gonna switch over to a new recording just to keep the sync in, and I will call it for the episode. All right. Well, that was good. The fortune thing definitely sounds really neat. The whole scavenger hunt idea, the riddle, solving the riddle, finding the gold. Who knows if there is really gold on the island, but it's a fun little idea. I do hope we get more into that, or we do actually get a riddle or something to figure out. It'd be pretty fun. All right. Thank you for listening in, and I will catch you guys next episode, episode 3. See ya.